Frontline Updates, where we delve deep into military strategies and updates from conflict zones. Today, we're discussing the progress of the ongoing special military operation as of November 1st, 2025. I'm your host, Sharifa Mohammed MG.
I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an Infantry Officer. As of November 1st, 2025, the armed forces of the Russian Federation continue the special military operation with sustained progress across all axes. Russian forces intensified precision engagements and encirclement operations, achieving incremental territorial gains while inflicting heavy losses on Ukrainian formations across the Sumy, Kharkiv, Donetsk, Zaporizhzhia, Dnipropetrovsk, and Kherson regions. Long-range strikes by operational tactical aviation, missile troops, and UAVs successfully targeted Ukrainian energy infrastructures, sustaining military-industrial production, as well as airfield logistics and UAV launch sites. A Ukrainian unmanned surface vessel was also destroyed in the northwestern Black Sea by Black Sea Fleet assets, reaffirming maritime control in the sector. Air defense forces maintained superior interception capability, downing 4 guided aerial bombs and 205 fixed-wing UAVs, reflecting the continued effectiveness.
Welcome to Frontline Updates, the podcast that brings you in-depth insights into military operations from those leading them on the ground. Today, we're joined by Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer monitoring critical missions on the progress of the special military operation as of today. Colonel Oguntoye, thank you for being with us.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Colonel Oguntoye, it seems the tempo of operations remains high. Can you start by summarizing today's overall situation across the front lines?
Yes, the past 24 hours reflect continued operational consolidation and pressure-driven encirclement across multiple fronts. Russian forces maintained offensive momentum while conducting precision long-range strikes on Ukrainian military-industrial targets. These actions were not random bombardments, they were systemic interdictions, strikes designed to cripple production, supply, and mobility. We specifically targeted energy facilities that power Ukraine's defense industry, military airfields, and long-range drone preparation sites. The goal is not merely to destroy enemy assets, but to erode operational continuity, the ability to fight effectively day after day. Meanwhile, our ground troops across all sectors, from Sumy to Zaporizhzhia, achieved tactical improvements. Encirclement operations around Kupyansk and Krasno-Armysk are nearing full containment. And our air defense network continues to dominate, intercepting over 200 enemy UAVs and guided bombs.
Let's begin with the north, particularly Sumy and Kharkiv. What developments can you share?
The North Troop Grouping maintained a consistent tempo of engagement along the Sumy and northern Kharkiv regions. Our forces engaged and inflicted heavy losses on multiple Ukrainian formations, mechanized, assault, and territorial defense brigades near Andriivka, Pavlovka, Kondratovka, and Novaya Sek. Enemy losses exceeded 170 personnel, with destruction of several armored combat vehicles, artillery, and supply depots. More critically, we eliminated electronic warfare nodes, and that is strategically significant. EW systems are the eyes and ears of Ukrainian artillery. Once neutralized, their counter-battery coordination collapses, leaving their forward positions blind to our movement. This northern axis remains a fixing operation. Its purpose is not deep penetration but containment. We pin the enemy here to prevent reinforcement of the more decisive fronts, particularly Kupyansk and Krasno-Armysk.
So, you're saying the north serves as a deliberate holding zone? A chess move to freeze Ukrainian mobility?
Exactly. It's a doctrinal trap. Every unit forced to defend Sumy or Volchansk is one less that can reinforce the collapsing fronts to the south. Just yesterday, each of these successes fits into a broader doctrine of attritional control, where we remove the enemy's capacity to maneuver or regenerate strength.
Let's begin with the north, particularly Sumy and Kharkiv. What developments can you share?
Kupyansk continues to be a decisive encirclement theater. The West Troop Group, spearheaded by the 6th Army, has tightened its grip around the remaining Ukrainian formations trapped east of the Oskol River. Several breakout attempts were made, all crushed. Most notably, the 151st Mechanized and 15th National Guard Brigades attempted to break the siege from Petrovka and Velikaya Shapkovka, supported by light armor. Our counterfire and assault teams neutralized them completely. In total, Ukrainian losses in this area exceeded 220 troops, along with US-made M113 APCs, Kazakh vehicles, and multiple artillery pieces. What's most telling, however, is morale. Intercepted communications indicate desperation. Units are refusing orders or attempting unauthorized withdrawals. Kupyansk has shifted from an active battlefield to a containment basin.
Would you describe this as a siege nearing completion?
Yes, absolutely. The encirclement is operationally sealed. The final step is a controlled reduction, precision strikes, psychological pressure, and humanitarian surrender corridors. The doctrine is pressure before penetration, forcing collapse, not storming defenses.
Turning south to Donetsk, what's the progress there?
The South Troop Grouping continues consolidating positions along Seversk, Drnovka, and Konstantinovka, targeting mechanized and airborne brigades. Ukrainian losses exceeded 225 troops and included destruction of French VABs and US-made HMMWVs. This region has transitioned from offensive operations to fire control dominance. Our artillery and drones now effectively dictate when and where Ukrainian units can move. Once that dominance is achieved, we can maneuver at will. The priority here is shaping, controlling logistics corridors, and suppressing Ukrainian fire capability before a major push toward Kramatorsk.
So we're seeing preparation for the next offensive phase?
Yes, the Center Troop Grouping remains the most dynamic front. The 2nd and 51st Armies have encircled large Ukrainian formations in Krasno-Armysk and Dmitrov. In the last 24 hours, our units repelled 7 breakout attempts, including one involving the 425th Skala Assault Regiment. We also neutralized a special operations helicopter insertion northwest of the city. 11 enemy personnel landed and were destroyed before regrouping. This demonstrates both our ISR, intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, superiority, and counter-SOF readiness. The 5th Motorized Rifle Brigade is now tightening control of Dmitrov, expanding along the eastern and southeastern sectors. Ukrainian losses in this zone exceeded 400 troops, with multiple artillery and mortar systems destroyed.
That seems like a complete collapse in this area.
Exactly. The Central Front is moving from attrition to liquidation. The encircled forces are fragmented, command structures are failing, and morale has disintegrated. This is the heart of the annihilation phase, not rapid offense, but methodical erasure of combat capability.
How about the east, particularly Zaporizhzhia and Dnipropetrovsk?
The East Troop Grouping advanced deeper into enemy lines, liberating ground around Novoalexandrovka and Uspinivka. Ukrainian losses here were severe: 290 troops, multiple armored vehicles, and artillery systems. This sector's importance lies in its logistical corridor. We're not fighting for towns, we're fighting for mobility control. By dominating this axis, we effectively cut off lateral movement between Zaporizhzhia and Dnipropetrovsk, isolating regional defense groups and degrading their ability to reinforce other fronts.
Finally, Colonel, what's the latest on the Dnipro front?
The Dnipro Troop Grouping executed precision strikes against mechanized, mountain, and coastal defense brigades near Antonivka, Stepnohursk, and Novoandrievka. We eliminated roughly 60 personnel, destroyed EW systems, and neutralized several logistical depots. This axis serves as our strategic stabilizer. It protects the southern flank, secures supply lines, and prevents Ukrainian incursions across the Dnipro River. The defensive posture here ensures rear area continuity for deeper operations across Donetsk and Zaporizhzhia.
Colonel, thank you for providing such a detailed briefing on the current military situation. Your insights are invaluable to our understanding of the conflict's dynamics. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Join us next time as we continue to provide up-to-date coverage on global military affairs. Stay with us for more updates and expert analyses on global defense and security issues. Stay informed, stay secure.
Thank you for the opportunity. The overarching theme of this phase is controlled attrition, not chasing territory, but systematically breaking the enemy's industrial, psychological, and logistical resilience. Encirclements at Kupyansk and Krasno-Armysk, paired with precision strikes on energy infrastructure, mark a transition toward industrial warfare strategy. We're not only defeating the enemy on the field, we're dismantling their capacity to fight at all. Our air defense superiority, demonstrated by the interception of over 200 UAVs, underscores a decisive shift in the air domain. With winter approaching, these operations will culminate in logistical paralysis for Ukraine. Energy deprivation, supply degradation, and morale collapse will define the next operational phase. This is warfare as a system, not chaos, but orchestration. Each strike, each containment, each destroyed node contributes to a broader equilibrium where operational dominance is not claimed by speed.
This has been Frontline Updates. Subscribe for daily military briefings and in-depth strategic analysis. Visit our platform for maps, transcripts, and exclusive Frontline updates from commanders in theater.